How's that fight possibly going to happen? That's just not going to happen.
The commission would even let that fight happen.
That's how bad
you're talking boxing or UFC?
Boxing. He's talking about boxing.
He'd kick his head to another planet. It would be...
As the combat sports world continues to buzz with surprising call-outs and unexpected matchups, Jake Paul has once again made headlines by setting his sights on a new target, UFC middleweight sensation Alex Pereira. He criticized Paul for his pattern of calling out big names, suggesting that it's all part of a strategy to keep himself in the spotlight. According to White, Jake knows exactly what he's doing by targeting fighters like Pereira, who is currently a major name in the sport. White noted, Jake calls people out for attention. White continued, when you call Alex is a superstar right now, so Jake calls him out and Jake gets pressed. Jake says that I'm trying to assassinate him and I said it's all lies, it's not true. Dana White's remarks underscore the sheer improbability of the fight happening and highlight the ongoing spectacle surrounding Jake Paul's career. While Jake continues to build his brand through bold challenges, the reality of stepping into the ring with a fighter of Pereira's caliber is met with serious skepticism from those within the sport.
Are they nervous at all for you, Mike?
No, they're nervous for your brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
My friend called me and said, don't hurt him. He said, don't hurt him in the YouTube, don't hurt him, Mike. If you think I'm too old for this fight, you need to come tell me in my face. Whoa.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, the boxing world is buzzing. As the fight inches closer, experts are weighing in. Does Jake Paul really stand a chance against one of the most feared boxers in history? Let's dive into the pros' predictions on this shocking matchup. Russell Crowe, famous for his roles in epic on-screen battles, offered a grounded take on the upcoming Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Crowe stated, I just hope for the both of them that it transcends the sort of circus-type atmosphere that's around it. You know, it's a legit fight, and they both do well and nobody gets hurt. Crowe emphasized the importance of the fight being recognized as legitimate, wishing both fighters the best while stressing the need for their safety. His comment reflects a desire for the event to focus on the skill and safety of the fighters rather than just the spectacle. Mike Tyson, the legendary former heavyweight champion, isn't just a bystander in the upcoming fight with Jake Paul. He's taking it personally. Tyson sees this as a full-circle moment, having been involved in Jake Paul's boxing journey from the start. With a fierce determination, Tyson made it clear he's ready to settle the score in the ring, saying, listen, I started Jake off, and I'ma finish him. Just come to the fight, and you will see. Tyson's message is clear. The stakes are high, and he's not just here for the show. He's here to end what he helped begin. As the fight draws near, Tyson's words add a layer of intensity, reminding everyone that this isn't just another match. It's a showdown with deep roots. As Mike Tyson gears up for his highly anticipated fight against Jake Paul, his training regimen has become a focal point of discussion. Known for his intense and unconventional methods, Tyson continues to push the boundaries of what it means to prepare for a fight.
Day 3, you still want to f with me?
Mike Tyson's approach to training for his upcoming fight against Jake Paul is anything but conventional. Known for pushing boundaries both inside and outside the ring, Tyson revealed a unique element of his preparation: mushrooms. In a candid conversation with Logan Paul, Tyson opened up about how mushrooms play a key role in his training, describing the profound impact they have on his mindset and performance. Tyson shared, I have to take them when I train. I always train with my mushrooms. I train with mushrooms because I feel beautiful. It takes me to heaven, baby. If I'm not on mushrooms for the fight, I'll be on residue of mushrooms. Look at YouTube and look at the history of drugs. It will blow your mind. We've been getting high for 200 million years. I think dinosaurs invented all the drugs. I think all the residue, the SAT, the PSS, I think that invented all the drugs. This unconventional approach highlights Tyson's belief in the power of altered states for enhancing his performance, adding another layer of intrigue to what promises to be a highly anticipated showdown. Ever since the fight was announced, the fixture has sparked widespread debate, with many pointing to the 30-year age gap and Tyson's prolonged ring inactivity as reasons to question the bout's legitimacy. Concerns were further fueled when Tyson suffered a mid-air medical scare earlier this year, casting doubt on his readiness for the fight. Despite the concerns, both camps have remained committed, moving the fight from its original July 20th date to November 15th. During a recent appearance on Logan Paul's popular podcast Impulsive, Tyson addressed his critics head-on. When co-host Mike Majlak asked him to respond to those doubting his ability to take on Jake Paul, Tyson didn't hold back. Staring directly into the camera, the boxing legend issued a chilling dare. Tyson stated in an interview, "If you think I'm too old for this fight, you need to come tell me in my face." The bold statement left both Paul and Majlak visibly taken aback, with Majlak quipping, "I don't think they're going to do that, Mike." Tyson also shared a humorous anecdote from a friend who urged him not to hurt Paul, referring to the younger fighter as the YouTuber. But despite the jokes, Tyson made it clear that he takes Jake Paul seriously, describing him as a real killer in the ring, a sentiment echoed by Logan Paul, who emphasized his brother's growing boxing skills. The age gap between Tyson and Paul has been a central talking point, with critics questioning the ethics and competitiveness of the match. UFC legend Michael Bisping recently labeled the fight a sham, criticizing Paul for what he sees as a pattern of cherry-picking opponents. Bisping said, "Instead of the competition getting a bit younger and actually being boxers, they're getting older." Joe Rogan also stated, "They're getting way older. They're pushing 60 and they can't even make it to LAX. They can't even make it on a short flight without paramedics coming on and carting them off." Bisping's skepticism was shared by UFC commentator Joe Rogan, who, while acknowledging Tyson's athletic prowess, expressed concern that the significant age difference would make the fight difficult for the former champion. As the November 15th fight at AT&T Stadium in Arlington approaches, the debate continues. Fans and critics alike are left wondering whether the ageless Tyson can defy expectations, or if Jake Paul will solidify his place in the boxing world by defeating one of the sport's most iconic figures. Tyson acknowledges his respect and fondness for Jake, but he doesn't mince words about the reality of their matchup. Once the bell rings, it's all business, and Tyson expects nothing less than total commitment from his opponent. As Tyson put it, "I really like Jake a lot, you know, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is dependent on it, 'cause it will be." This stark warning underscores the seriousness of the fight, reminding everyone that when it comes to facing Mike Tyson, the stakes couldn't be higher. Chuck Liddell, a legend in his own right, didn't hold back when discussing the upcoming Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. In an interview, Liddell emphasized the one factor that makes Tyson such a formidable opponent, even at this stage of his career: his power. Liddell's belief is clear. Once Tyson lands a punch, the fight could be over in an instant. As Liddell put it, "As soon as Tyson hits him, it's over. The last thing to go is power. If he hits him, it's over. If you've seen Mike, he still hits." Liddell's words serve as a stark reminder that, despite the years, Tyson's legendary power remains a dangerous weapon, one that could end the fight in a heartbeat. KSI, known for his candid opinions, shared his thoughts on the potential outcome of Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson. While acknowledging the hype surrounding the fight, KSI questioned the significance of a victory over Tyson at this stage in his career. To him, beating a 57-year-old Tyson doesn't hold the same weight as it would have in Tyson's prime. KSI remarked, "Literally, he knocks out Mike Tyson and he's beaten what, an old age person? Mike Tyson is 57 years old. Yes, in his prime this would have been crazy, but now it's like, this is just sad." KSI's perspective sheds light on the reality of the fight, suggesting that a win over Tyson might not carry the prestige some might expect, given Tyson's age. But despite the doubts, one thing remains certain. When Mike Tyson steps into the ring, anything can happen. And as the fight unfolds, the intensity is sure to escalate. Mike Tyson delivered a powerful punch, reminding everyone that even at 57, he's still a force to be reckoned with. The unexpected blow not only stunned the audience, but also reignited the debate over whether this fight was ever just about the spectacle, or if Tyson had something to prove all along. As the tension builds between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, both fighters have been vocal about their confidence leading up to the bout. Tyson, ever the seasoned warrior, declared his readiness, signaling that he's more than prepared to step back into the ring.
Hey, listen, I'm just ready. I'm just ready. You know, I'm going to do my talk, and I'm going to talk my shit, but I'm ready to fight.
But Jake Paul, never one to shy away from a challenge, fired back with a bold response.
People are yelling at me in the event, but what happens when I put this man to sleep? This shit is not a joke. He's saying that it's going to be my funeral. He's saying it's going to be my wake. He's going to kill Jake Paul, all of these things. And that's why I love Mike, I respect him, but we're not friends anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this motherfucker out, and we're going to see who's dead. We will see who's dead. We will see who's dead, Mike.
This exchange adds fuel to the fire, setting the stage for a showdown where neither fighter is backing down. The stakes are clear. Both men are entering the ring with something to prove, and only one will emerge victorious. Earlier, Tyson had insisted he would put an end to Paul's foray into boxing. We've got a YouTuber fighting the greatest fighter who ever lived. He may have been in the ring with people who have the same intentions, but the actuality, no. As soon as I catch this guy, it's going to be totally over. He's going to run. Paul has been criticized for taking on Tyson, who is 58, with the legend not having fought since a board draw in an exhibition bout with Roy Jones Jr. behind closed doors in 2020. Tyson's last professional fight saw him retire on his stool after 5 rounds against Kevin McBride, almost 20 years ago. Paul has won 10 of his 11 professional fights, but most of his wins have come against former MMA stars, including Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, and Nate Diaz. His sole defeat came when he stepped up his caliber of opponent and was outpointed by Tommy Fury last year. And Paul has promised an equally violent end to the fight, insisting, "This is history. Everyone is saying I'm going to get knocked out by what happens when I put this man to sleep. He's saying it's going to be my funeral. He's saying it's going to be my wake. He's going to kill Jake Paul. I respect Mike Tyson, but we're not friends anymore. I'm knocking this out and we'll see who's dead." The two fighters took very different approaches to Sunday's press conference, highlighting the 31-year age difference between them. Paul quickly assumed the role of the villain, passionately throwing insults and jibes at his opponent and the hostile crowd. Tyson, on the other hand, remained calm despite the heated atmosphere, often answering questions in just a few words and sometimes struggling to find something to say. Body language expert Judy James told that Tyson appeared to be out of his comfort zone, seemingly surprised by the circus-like atmosphere that surrounded him. Judy commented, "Tyson fails to come alive during the trash talk despite being prodded hard." She also added, "He looks and sounds like a man now used to more polite and respectful interviews." Further, Judy noted, "He stalls at more than one question, sounding distracted or confused. Asked how it feels to be fighting a more hated man. He cocks his head, raises his hand, and rubs his chin, performing a long pause before asking the host to say it again. Another question gets a hand thrown out and a groan with no words forming. Despite this, Tyson's legendary status and experience in high-pressure situations could still play a crucial role once the bell rings. The question remains, will Tyson's discomfort outside the ring impact his performance inside it, or will the former champion channel his unease into the raw power and focus he's known for? As the fight approaches, this tension only adds another layer of intrigue to an already unpredictable matchup. Mike Tyson, a seasoned veteran of the ring, has admitted to feeling nervous as he prepares for his fight with YouTuber Jake Paul. However, he's quick to clarify that these nerves don't stem from fear of his opponent. Tyson shared that his preparation has been going well, particularly on the cardio front, but acknowledged that nervousness is just part of the process. "I'm doing really well on the cardio front, doing my sprints and all that stuff," Tyson said. "No concerns more than normal, just nervous. That's about it. All fighters are nervous, all athletes are nervous. I'm not going to let anyone tell me because I'm nervous, I'm afraid, because I've been nervous my whole career, and I've been very successful." Reflecting on previous opponents who might have underestimated Jake Paul, Tyson pointed out the difference in his own approach. He emphasized that his nerves are not a sign of weakness, but rather a part of who he is as a fighter. Tyson also stated, "The difference between me and all the other guys that he fought, they weren't apprehensive or afraid of him. I'm just that kind of person. That's who I am, with my nerves. Because I don't want to get angry or anything. That's why I'm scared." Earlier in the interview, Tyson responded to the trash talk to come his way. The pair faced off at a press conference over the weekend, during which Paul mocked his opponent's illness and asked, "Does your tummy hurt?" While Tyson drew a parallel between the mockery and the bullying he experienced in his youth, he also acknowledged the role that trash talk plays in the sport. "The only thing I have to think of is being younger and people bullying me," Tyson said. However, when asked if Paul was bullying him on stage, he paused before replying, "No, the closer it gets to the fight, I'll feel bullied, yeah, I'll get that feeling." Tyson also recognized the reality of modern boxing, where trash talk is often key to drawing attention and money to a fight. Tyson stated, "This is what I found out at 58. The Son talkers get all the money, the Son talkers get all the attention, the Son talkers get everything. We get a bad rep, but we get everything else. If you don't talk, what's even the purpose of you going to the fight?" Despite the banter, Tyson downplayed any notion of disrespect from Paul, framing it more as a part of the business rather than a personal affront. "I've been disrespected before, and that's not even in the same class of disrespect. He's giving me compliments," Tyson remarked. "I love him too, but it's business." Tyson's candid reflections highlight the blend of nerves, respect, and the spectacle that come with a fight of this magnitude, reminding everyone that even legends are not immune to the psychological game that precedes a big bout. As the countdown to the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight continues, continues, it's clear that this is more than just a spectacle. It's a clash of generations, mindsets, and legacies. Tyson, ever the seasoned warrior, acknowledges his nerves but refuses to let them be mistaken for fear. His candid reflections reveal the complexity of a fighter who has seen it all, yet still approaches each bout with the same intensity and respect for the craft that made him a legend. On the other side, Jake Paul, confident and undeterred, aims to cement his place in boxing history by taking down one of the most feared fighters to ever step into the ring. This fight is not just about skill and strength, it's about the mental warfare that comes with being under the spotlight. Tyson's experiences, from dealing with pre-fight nerves to navigating the world of trash talk, add layers of intrigue to this matchup. Whether you see this as a legitimate contest or just another high-profile event, one thing is for sure. When the bell rings, both fighters will leave it all in the ring. Call to action. As we approach November 15th, the anticipation is only growing. Will Jake Paul defy the odds and conquer a boxing legend, or will Mike Tyson remind the world why he's still one of the most feared fighters in history? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates leading up to this epic showdown. Do you think Tyson's experience will prevail, or will Jake Paul pull off the biggest upset in boxing? Let us know your thoughts.